what's up guys, Art here, and today I'm gonna learn some new people to Photoshop, the basics of it. So all these people that have worked with it for a while, you don't have to watch this. But yeah, this for new people's no hate. Let's start, and I'm gonna start off with making a new project, and that's Command N or Control N if you have a PC, I think. I'm gonna start off with the project size or window size. That's 1280 by 720. Just press OK. So let's start off. Here on the left side, you just have different tools. I wouldn't recommend like messing around moving these because they work fine as they are. And yeah, at the window you can see all the things you have here. You see, these are the basics one, I think. I don't like to move them. Some of people like to have navigator and click that on. Then you see here, if I just write something, if you want to have the brush tool, like you paint something, you press B on your keyboard. And here you have different brushes. From the beginning you only have these 10, 15 brushes or 30 brushes, but you can download a lot brushes from YouTube. So yeah, and I'm just gonna select black down there. If you press X, they switch. So yeah, select the black, and if you just draw a square here, you're gonna see that on the navigator. So if you zoom, you see that the red square up there is where you have your focus on the screen. So yeah, just gonna zoom out again. That's maybe good to have if you want to zoom easier and shit. But anyway, I'm gonna delete this. So yeah, if you want to import something, if you want to import a text object or something that you made in a program, you go into File up here and you press Place. That's usually how I do it. And Document here, and I'm gonna just choose a text, something that one you can't see. Sorry. Where the fuck am I? Okay, never mind, you can see my text. This is just a test that I made. I don't know if you can see it so clear, but yeah, well, never mind. To change the background, I usually do that when I do text, because you can see the effects better and all that stuff. You just click on the base layer, and it says, I don't remember what it said, but yeah, you just click OK through it, and then you double click on that layer, then you get up layer styles, and on layer styles you go into gradient, and then here where it says style, you put it on radial, and since the black dot is in the middle, you go into reverse, and that will just reverse it basically. And then you go into the scale and you just turn it up until it's max to 150, and then you click on the gradient colors here, and you just click on this white thing, white color, and then when you click on that, you go into this like line, this gradient line, and you click in the middle, somewhere in the middle, and you see that it will get darker down there because that color there is the one that I clicked there basically. And so then I click again here, then we'll get darker again. I'm just aiming for, you should aim for a color like that or a little bit darker. That looks nice. Now you see that you can see the text a bit better. Yeah. So now the text, basically just how you put some effects on it, and just double click that one, and you get into these layer styles. Then you come into the gradient. Some people that new to Photoshop, I would prefer that you do like this. You go check gradient overlay, and then you go into blend mode, overlay, and you see that it's a little bit too sharp line. Well, at least that's what I think. So I usually drag the scale up to its max, and then I turn the opacity down. And the opacity is basically like, you know, the transparency of the text. Yeah. Then you come in here again and you put on drop shadow. That's like the shadow behind the text. And here you go. The opacity, you leave it on there, and the distance 0 or 1. I put it on 1 because that looks better for me. The spread on 10 and the size on 15. Oh, it doesn't really matter. And uncheck global light. See, you got a little bit shade behind the texts. So yeah, that looks pretty nice. And so if you want to marquee tool, here you have that one. I'm just going to delete this text now. So if you have a marquee tool, I think it's called marquee tool. Yeah, marquee tool. Here you can just drag a square, and now if you draw something inside this square, oh, I'm just gonna make a new layer. If you draw something inside the square, it will just draw inside the marked area, not outside or anything. You can see if I remove the select area with the command deselect, this rectangle will be here, and I can just move it around however I want. So that's that could be effective when you're making backgrounds, if you want to delete just an area. Yeah. So just draw something up, and you got the eraser tool. You can press E on your keyboard to get it up, and then you just hold your left mouse button and just drag over it to delete it. So yeah, that's yeah, to make a text, you just press T on your keyboard for text. Then you choose how big the text shall be up there. You just click, and then it comes a text layer right there. And there you see the color of the text, and I'm just gonna write Artie. You see this is kind of small. So if you want to change anything on text while it's a text layer, you just press the text button again, you click on the text, not beside it, and then you just remove it, or you don't have to remove it, by the way. You just mark it, and you click on the size again. That's maybe, I prefer, or you can just, I prefer a little bit bigger. You can just remove that shit and write in like that. So here you got a text, just a 2D text. That's pretty simple. I wouldn't recommend a 2D text for backgrounds. You should download Cinema 4D. You can find it over on YouTube if you just search for it. That's really good software for making 3D text and objects. So yeah, well yeah, if you wanna import like any flares or shit, just go into a pack, you take a flare. This is like the standard flare. You go into this, I don't know if you can see it. Oh, shit. This folder, this is like, I don't know what to call it, but anyway. Go into that chisel there, and you press screen. This removes everything black from the picture, so you don't have to sit and delete, like, if you see this, you don't have to do like this over the whole flare, because that's just a waste of time. You just click screen, linear dodge, that makes it, no, not lighter color, linear dodge works fine too, and I think lighten works okay too, but I prefer screen. So you just can place it like that. So I think that's pretty nice. not like sick, but yeah, it looks smooth. Oh, I'm sorry for that. I don't really know anything else like basic shit. Well, as I said, if you want to change any colors, you can just go down here and you just choose any type of color you want. You can just drag this bar up or down. You can find whatever color you want. And yeah, another thing, this is pretty important. This may be tricky because I didn't get it first time. If you want to change a color, you can just go into image. What the fuck? Yeah, you have. If you want to change the layer, you have to rasterize it every time. To do that, you just right click, rasterize layer, or you can do it like this. You just, if you do something, it says the smart objects must be rasterized before proceeding, and then you just press OK. Well, for changing the color on this thing, you go into image, adjustment, and then hue and saturation, and then just drag this to whatever color you want. So you can see there, it changes color to like a green. But if I want to change it to black and white, you press there, black and white. Is that OK? This is just another way to change color. And then you press on photo filter. And here you choose another filter. I'm just going to choose a red because it's simple. And then you turn the density up to make the color sharper. And then you got another way to do it. Well, so yeah, that's probably the basics of Photoshop. I'm just going to show you how you save. If you want to save a background for Photoshop and for YouTube, you go into Save for Web, and then you press just save, and then it's fixed. But yeah, this was some of the basics of Photoshop. So well, I hope you learned from this, all you new guys to Photoshop. But yeah, I'll see you next time. I will do some basics in Cinema 4D too. Bye bye and see you.